SBR Videos is sponsored by Sports Cash System. Click on the link below for more information. We are previewing Week 2 in the NFL here at SBRForum Videos. I'm Peter Loshak. We are talking right now with a very well-respected industry veteran handicapper, Tony George from TonyGeorgeSports.com and LockerRoomPicks.com. And he's also got a brand new football radio show every Sunday morning on the Yahoo Radio Network. Tony George, thanks for being with us.
Hey, thanks for having me on again, Peter. One of these days we'll get my internet up to speed so everybody can see me. But until then, I go by the fallacy that I have a face made only for audio, so hopefully this will work out for everybody.
No, absolutely. The point of these calls is 2% so that we can see a handsome face, 98% to get a winner or two. Do you think you can give us a winner or two this week?
I hope so. I think we got a couple last week, so let's give it a whirl this week.
Absolutely. Great picking last week, 1-0 against the spread, and then also recommended Indianapolis, not on the spread, but on a teaser, which in retrospect was a very, very astute recommendation. So thanks so much. Very happy to have you here. Before we get into San Diego, Philadelphia, tell us a little bit about your websites and the Yahoo Radio show.
Well, we're on Yahoo Sports Radio. We open up their NFL Sunday mornings there with the Locker Room Picks radio show, 8 o'clock Eastern on Yahoo Sports Radio. You can also go to their website in the morning and get live stream there at 8 Eastern, so be sure and check that out. And the Locker Room Picks is simply a gaming portal, which is, we don't sell picks there. We just have information there from some of the top handicappers in the industry. As I mentioned last week, Joe Gavassi, Teddy Covers, myself, Ross Benjamin, Jimmy Boyd, a plethora of others. And then TonyGeorgeSports.com, tip of the hat last week. I went undefeated on Sunday. Nice. Joe Gavassi went undefeated on Sunday, and Ross Benjamin went undefeated on Sunday. So a great week for us last week with premium plays in Week 1. And Week 2, a little bit more challenging here, Peter.
I know a lot of people had a good week last week. The Week 2 line's looking a little bit tougher. Yeah, you went undefeated in the videos you did with us. So very happy to have you on as a guest. All right, San Diego at Philadelphia. Lines I'm seeing right now, Philadelphia 7-point home favorite. Total is 55, and of course, Philadelphia running that super up-tempo offense. Ton of scoring. San Diego, they have some problems on defense in terms of depth. This could be a big problem here. Then again, though, Philadelphia looks like they're just looking to get into shootouts. Not sure if taking them as a big favorite is going to have value. I could see San Diego, hanging within a touchdown quite easily here. I guess if I had to make a pick on this game right now, I might take the first half over. But since we're just talking about the spreads and totals, I would go with the over 55, even though it's kind of an obvious pick. What do you like here, Tony George?
Well, I'll tell you what, there's going to be a lot of scoring in this game. Obviously, one thing about Philadelphia on Monday Night Football, they played a team that wasn't ready to play.
Right.
Chip Kelly, everybody's, in love with this guy. Apparently, odds makers are too. As here today, the line has jumped up to 7.5, and I see two places offshore at 8.5 and 9.
Yeah.
So you got money coming in hard on Philly here. The love affair has begun, but there were a lot of things in that game that I saw last week that I wasn't enamored about with Philadelphia, mainly because Washington, first of all, they played a quarterback that really, in RG3, that hadn't practiced, in a game situation since last year in the playoffs, and it showed. But in the second half, he stepped up and made it a lot more competitive, and their defense didn't look near as good. Yeah. But it was the most amazing thing about that was that Chip Kelly had his team ready to play, and veteran coach Mike Shanahan didn't. And it showed there in the first half, and they got enough gap between them. I don't think that's going to happen this week with San Diego. I would like Philadelphia, maybe around the 7 mark, but anything over 7, I like San Diego here. They played a good game against a very good team. They got a couple of breaks, obviously, in the first half, but they played a back-to-back playoff team, a very good veteran football team on Monday Night Football. They played well. Phillip Rivers reared his ugly head there with the pick 6, and turning it over. But at day's end, I thought that for the most part, other than the run game, on defense, San Diego played pretty good. I think they'll shore that up. I think there's going to be a lot of scoring here. When you got a team that can put points on the board, and anybody that's going to ride out Phillip Rivers, Peter, is sadly mistaken. This kid's still got plenty of chops. They can put up some points. Things don't come easy. You've got a bunch of teams last week. A lot of people laid big numbers on Indianapolis and New England. How'd that go for you? I'm not laying big numbers. This is going to be up to 8.5 by kickoff. I like the dog here. If you like the dog, wait it out, let the line go up, bet back against the public.
Yeah, well, absolutely. You can get 7.5. Yeah, I mean, the line is, there's a lot of places that have Philly -9 at plus odds to avoid teasers there. You can get San Diego plus 7.5, though, for sure. And yeah, for sure. They played Houston tight last week. That's very impressive. I can easily see this one being like one of these back and forth shootouts, 31, 34, something like that, San Diego covering. So your official pick here, San Diego plus 7.5?
Yes, sir. Take the hook and wait it out and see if you can get some more.
Okay. Tony George from TonyGeorgeSports.com. Thanks so much.